today I would talk to you about our good friend anxiety and go into a little bit of a simple neuroscience of it so that you can kind of understand its anatomy and how to be in charge of it. Because in truth, anxiety isn't just this easy thing to cure. It's something that has been developed in your brain over the course of time and has its usefulness. So we don't really want it to be cured and go away entirely because it has a purpose. The thing we have to learn is how to understand it and how to be in charge of it. So let me talk to you about the brain for a minute. Information comes into us through the hippocampus, right? It's like this data center, and all the information comes in and it wants to go, it has to go in, and the amygdala, center of the brain, is like the CEO, but he's a dumb CEO. Doesn't do a lot of thinking, but he says all information has to come in, has to go through my desk first. Hippocampus says, but look, boss, it's all raw data. Nothing's been sorted. Nothing has been processed. It's just raw data. He's like, I get it, but I gotta see it first. Has to come to my desk first. Okay, fine. So the information comes in, and because he's a dumb CEO, anytime any of it could possibly have any sort of emotional response, he pushes a panic button, right? Because the amygdala doesn't actually process, it simply responds. And it has all the information from all of our history right there at its fingertips. So if something comes in and it thinks, I remember that feeling, holy shit, panic, panic, panic. The amygdala is like, oh my God, okay, soldiers out, panic, without any processing of the data. So automatically, okay, anxiety, soldiers are on board. What do we panic about? What are we panicking about? Nobody has had a chance to actually process the data. It's just raw. It's whatever we've seen in front of us is just coming at us. We don't know what it is yet, but the amygdala has responded and let the soldiers loose. Now, the amygdala is really close friends with the left cortex. The left cortex is the one that's all creative, really good at storytelling and stuff. So in the midst of all this, the left cortex comes over, it's like, what's going on? What's happening? I heard. And it creates this whole story. And the amygdala's, really? Really? Is that what it is? Oh my God, I was wondering if that's what it was. And the two of them get together and they chit chat and they create this whole scenario of panic and all the terrible things that could happen and all the what ifs, and the whole narrative is just off the chain. Does this sound familiar, right? The whole narrative of what ifs, and it could be terribles and all of that. Yeah. Well, unless we can let the right side of our brain in on this process and get the right cortex in, because that's the logical side, until we can get those guys on board, well, that left side is just running amok alongside our dumb CEO, the amygdala. So we have to be in charge. We have to somehow say, look, hold on. We don't know if that stimulus that came into our brain is actually a reason to panic. We need to let it be processed. We need to process the data. We need to toss it between the left and the right hemisphere. You know that saying, he's not in his right mind? It's kind of a decent saying, because if you think about it, the right side of our brain is the logical and rational side. So when we say that he's not in his right mind, it means he's not in his logical side of his brain. Okay, we need to get over there, because that's where good, healthy, logical, rational decisions are made. That's where we can overcome our anxiety and think through our worries and our concerns and find answers. So we need to get there. Let's get there. When we can say and interrupt those anxious thoughts, then we can be in charge. So sometimes the goal is let's just breathe. Calm that autonomic nervous system, right? Calm the amygdala. It's okay, amygdala. It's all right. It's okay. I'm going to take charge. Let the soldiers go back. They can go back. We don't need them right now. I'm gonna be in charge. We're gonna let the cortexes figure this out, okay? All right, left side. All right, creative side. I'm gonna give you something because we've got to figure this out. So let me go distract my brain for a minute. Let me give you something creative. Would you like to listen to some music? Would you like to draw? Would you like to color? Would you like to do some kind of art? What can we do? I've got to calm you down because your what ifs are making us overstimulated, overwhelmed, over worried. Okay, once I get that side calmed down, now let's think about this. What can we do? What am I worried about? What is the stress? What is the anxiety? How do I take charge? That's how we get to be in charge of our anxiety. Understand the neuroscience, and then we get to be the boss.